What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Champagne B, and we're back with another episode of Get Rich or Cry Trying. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it, you guys. Yeah. So come with me, you guys, as I take a trip to Ireland. I went out there to go on TV, and it was pretty cool. This is where I was picked up with a car and whisked away to the airport to meet my best friend and her husband because we travel as a team. Well, not really. She was a part of the TV show with me, and she came along with, look at us. Yay. And I was feeling myself because I was working out. We finally landed in Ireland, and look at these bathrooms. Things you see here in the States, so nothing too crazy. And it wasn't crazy checking in. It was awesome. And this guy had our names. Oh, my whole government name. I got to blur that out. This was a porn star martini, which made with passion fruit. It was pretty good. I had to take a picture of it to share with you guys. Next, we went around the area that we were in to take pictures of the food. A lot of places were closed. This was during COVID, and, people had to adjust. So we decided to go for a walk. It was pretty rainy. I will say all the days in Dublin, they were pretty cool and pretty wet. We went around May, so I thought it would be warmer, and I did not pack for it. I probably should have read the weather, but I did not. But we had a good time. Me and my best friend got together. We got some water because, we have to stay hydrated. And then we went to the bar because I love the bar. After that, we went back to the room for the night because we had to get prepared for our next day. This was the breakfast that we had. The sausage in the middle, the dark one, is a blood sausage. From what I understand, is made for blood. And I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was a different type of breakfast. This dog right here was a dog that we met on the street. I swear I thought he had a Irish accent, the way that he barked. I wish I could explain to you guys what that sounded like mentally, but it was just a bark with an Irish twang. And he reminded me of my dog from back home in the States who has been stealing my vets or my boarders' food. But she also shouldn't sit the food on the couch. So what can you say? Goodbye, doggo. Let's see the rest of the area. I forgot what the name of the area was. I'm so sorry, you guys. But overall, we did come to Dublin. We walked around to look at the shopping centers in the neighborhood. We also got some money, which was great. We tried some of the food. I can't say that I was a fan of the food, but I tried it. Then we had to get ready to go on TV the next day. So I naturally had to blow out my hair because it's big. And you never know who has to do your hair because they may not be familiar with black hair, which sucks, but it is what it is. So now we're getting ready to go to the studio, and I can't show you pictures of that, but I can show you what I look like right here. Yes. After all was said and done, they did a great job on my makeup. Now I see how I could look. And also, I was pretty drunk because I was really excited. The taping went really well. And now I just came back and took a ton of sex pictures to a guy who I was texting. I met him on Hinge, and I really liked him, and he ghosted me months later. But that's a different story for a different time. So now we get dressed to go hang out with the other people who we were on TV with, and we're just having a blast, and we're drinking, and everybody was so cool. One lady is a teacher who does amazing TikToks. Another lady, the blonde lady in the back, she was a rock star. She is a rock star who also does a lot of flexible contortion acts. The lady who's taking the picture right there, she is a fitness enthusiast. She did her dang thing. And the lady right there, she does raps and TikToks, and she is a Spanish teacher. So that was really cool. Guy in the picture from before, him and his friend, they did stuff, but I know they went swimming with sharks, so I thought that was cool. And here we are taking pictures in this huge library, doing a lot of good black girl magic stuff, which I loved because it's when you go out there, you see your people and you're like, hey, bitch, we in Ireland, hey. Then, of course, I had to take me a couple pictures because, I've got to do it for the boys. I've got to do it for the gram. After all that fun and continuous drinking, I have to go and crash in the bed and maybe take a hot bath before I do so. So the next day, now we're getting up, and since we're done with the show, we can venture more out into Dublin and enjoy some more of the fine foods and drinks. And boy, did we drink. If there's anything that I was going to try in Ireland, was all the cocktails. Look at that. And we had some other foods that I tried. That was the first time I've ever tried pate. It was an interesting taste. Griffon Prosecco, that was the Prosecco that we used to celebrate from completing the filming. So now we go around the city, and that's my best friend. That's my best friend. Got all the other words to the song. I don't know it. But her and her husband took pictures of myself. Thank you. Shout out to Welch3 Photography, a.k.a. Bernie Welch, a.k.a. Jessica's husband. Inside joke. I took pictures of a lot of the pubs around. I thought the architecture was really, really cool. While I was there, I was able to feed my addiction. Yes, G-Mina. Oh, BTS. I don't have any of this here in the States, so I had to travel all around. We visited a market, and then we took some more pictures of the outside greenery. I will say it's so aesthetically appealing there in Ireland, the pictures we were able to take. It wasn't crazy hot. It was really cool. It didn't get any higher than probably 68, 69 degrees. And, for me to be a heat baby and a water baby, I need it to be at least 75. Like, that's what I need. But that was really, really nice to come here and take pictures. There weren't a lot of people here, but there were people here walking their dogs, having fun. That's our photographer and our protector. It wasn't weird being a third wheel to a husband and wife couple because I like to travel by myself. So we got to see a lot of the city, and I definitely recommend if you go to Ireland that you walk around and just check out the sights, because I think that is one of the biggest flexes that Ireland has is their sights and their architecture, and then their beer and their whiskey, which of course we're getting ready to go and do a tour of the whiskey spot because why not? Yeah, I'm cute, right? So we had to wait outside for a bit because they were timed tours, and in the meanwhile, we went to go get beer at other places, tried different things. Unfortunately, you guys, this was like a year ago. I am so late in making this, but I definitely said every time we eat, we will drink some beer. The food was okay. Like Ireland, I was not the biggest food fan. I think that it probably hits you different if you live there and you grew up with it, but it just didn't do it for me. But I would go back to Ireland just based off of the scenery. So look at this. I got a lot of scenic views, a lot of scenic pictures. I wanted to make sure I could remember this because I knew that I would not be able to remember it off of pure memory. And of course, got to go take pictures of the cocktail menu because I like to try things at home. I forgot what this was, but it was delicious. I made sure to try different things each time from the cocktails. And there's my babe again because we're about to go to bed. I love him so much. So now let's go back to the Teeling Whiskey Distillery. So these are called stills. This is a copper still, I believe, but this is what is used to make alcohol. The liquid inside boils, and then the top allows it to cool to collect a vapor. That vapor allows for that condensation to happen, and I may be saying this all wrong, but I'm so sorry. But anyway, that condensation that you see becomes your future alcohol, and they use these big old vats to start the process. Inside of it, you can see the yeast, but not this one. You can't open it up because sometimes they have to cook a little longer. But some of these we did get to open up and see on the inside. As you see right there, there's the good ingredients that they're using to mix. And this right here shows you what happens to the whiskey once it's put in a barrel. They fill it up, but as you saw, some of it had disappeared. And as time goes on, more and more of your liquor will disappear. This is what you call the angel share. Whatever's disappeared, you say that's given out to the angels. So there it is. Right there, it tells you the 12% loss. So the lighter the whiskey, the less losses you've seen. The more the whiskey they're showing, the more losses you see. So for instance, small batch, you see that it's less filled and it's at a 25% loss. So you really got to learn a lot about Irish whiskey, how it was made, the different types of barrels that they use in order to infuse the whiskey. I really, really enjoy learning about whiskey, and Ireland's whiskey is so good because of the minerals that is in their ground that they naturally find. So those minerals help filter out the impurities in the water, which makes the whiskey hit even better. This guy did a great job telling us about the whiskey process and tasting. So if you're in Dublin, I definitely recommend you to go to the Teeling Whiskey Distillery. Of course, got to get some more cocktails and a charcuterie tray, some shrimp and everything. And this wasn't bad. It was okay. Like it tasted well. I was really more for the cocktail. I think at some point I had kind of got tired of Ireland food. So I focused more on the cocktails. After we got done eating, because we were lit, we went out even more. It got too cold for me. I had to go home and change it up a little bit. And then we took more pictures, which I was so excited about. By the end of the night, I was tired. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was done. But again, had to get another one of these bangers because they were delicious. By this time, we're all ready to go home. So we have one last dinner. Hair is just awry. I did not want to let it go. But I figured I looked so pretty. The lashes was nice. The makeup was beat. I'm just going to hang on to it as long as I could. We went and just had something basic. Nothing too crazy. It was Italian. I'm not a fan of Italian food as well. So it was just a rough experience for me food-wise. It didn't really have any foodie stuff for me. But again, the cocktails, I'm going to get lit no matter where I go. If everybody understands anything, is that alcohol makes everything better. So all in all, Ireland was a very fun trip. I have videos, but unfortunately, I did a dumb move and erased accidentally videos from one Apple product and then erased it from everything else. This was hilarious. This guy got a super attitude with someone else. So we laughed about that, but now we're coming back home. See you later, Ireland, and check me out next time for more content. Bye.